Hello and welcome to a new angle. And I will have a hard time showing you everything as usual. And I've done so much since I last spoke to you. And it's basically a lot of blue pieces left. There are a few with, like, some blue is just water and some blue is the dolphins, but blue it is. It's kind of like, I'm blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-day. That was weird. Okay, let's continue. Since last, I spent a lot of time on the puzzle. I mean, if not, it wouldn't have looked very different since you last saw it. I'm having a hard time with all the blue, I will admit. And I think I should, because pretty much all is up there. I don't know how this filming is gonna go. Let me bring my little thing to sit on. And, oh, right, you won't be able to see me this way. Hi, on the side. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't really... but I have a room back there and it's very messy and I don't really want to show it. So this is the angle you're getting. Deal with it. Sometimes that's just, you know, you gotta roll with the punches. Oh, that looked kind of cool on camera. Okay. As usual, all over the place. Welcome to part of my brain that is, apparently fitting in the puzzle. I mean, the piece was fitting in the puzzle. My brain, God knows where that fits. I don't know. Don't ask. Can't tell you, even if I want to. Or maybe I can. At the moment, yeah, I have done a lot on this puzzle, and I don't know how to, like, it's all blue. Sure, it's different kinds of blue, different blues. Okay, but I mean, how do I show you this? Where is that the camera? That, okay. This is not easy. I don't want them to fall off. Do you see all the different blues? It's all blue, but it's all different blues. And I'm not the best with, like, being able to tell the different shades. It's all shades of blue, and I'm not very good with shades. I don't even use shades in the summer most of the time, and then I'm talking about shades as in sunglasses. But, you know, it's, as I just said, all over the place. Hold on. Maybe, it's like, there's so many different blues, and I still feel like I would want to sort shape. No, shape sort. Anyway, but it's also too many pieces for me to be able to do that properly. Can you see what I'm doing over here? Oh my god, this is the challenge with a big puzzle and a different angle than I usually have. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's not true, not fully true. I mean, I'm doing a puzzle. Do know that part. That one is fairly easy to know, you know, that I'm doing a puzzle. It's all the other parts of the puzzle that I'm struggling with, I guess. But I've done so much on this puzzle, and it's very enjoyable. It's very big. I think I've gotten to the point where, like, probably my least favorite piece of it all. How am I gonna do this? It's all blue. Can you tell I'm a little frustrated? Didn't mean that to come across, but here we are. Well, it happens. Okay? We all just gotta live with it. Technically, you don't have to live with it, but I do. I'm very confused now. Ooh, that fits. Oh, the one I had earlier. the challenge now is not everything is like perfectly angled. So you'd think it would be, but because of that, it's not very slippery slided, this background of mine, where I'm doing the puzzle. So it's not like the pieces slide nicely on the board. But, you know, I do have the board to use. Does that actually go? I don't know. Yeah, I think it does. Okay. No, it doesn't. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. As usual, should have planned this better. As usual, did not. But yeah, it's been a hot minute since I last talked to you. You don't know that because, well, actually, you could. I mean, I kind of decided on trying a new thing, and I'm kind of already almost messing it up. So the not great lighting is because it's afternoon. In my defense, it has been raining all day today, so I haven't really been able to film in good lighting, and now it's like, well, it's now or never. So I guess we're doing now. So yeah, I just saw a piece that I wanted to grab, and then it disappeared. It didn't actually. Oh, I think I grabbed it. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna put some pieces in already. Yay me! I had a thought in my brain, and then I said hi, and then I almost said that my brain disappeared. The thought disappeared. Where my brain went, don't ask. Can't tell you, because honestly, not always sure. I was gonna tell you, I'm working on getting friends. Kind of. I'm not very good at those kind of things. You'd think so, because I mean, I enjoy people. I find them very fascinating, and I enjoy talking. Hi. I talk a lot. So, I mean, you'd think that would be a good combination. And I think it is. It just, there are some parts of that code that I haven't quite cracked with everyone. But I feel like I'm trying to work on it. Not cracking the code. I think I'm kind of giving that one up, but trying to connect with people. Not just you guys, but also people like in real life. That made it sound like you're not real life. You're real, I hope. Unless you're bots, which that would be very confusing to me. But by real life in this case, I mean people that I like meet physically. I can say like, take their hand and shake it and say hello to. I didn't actually shake their hand because I shook their hands before, I think. I'm pretty sure I have shook their hands, but either way, the shaking of the hand was not the important thing here. I did something that I was like a little nervous to do because in today's society, you generally, actually, I don't know how it is in other places, but where I live, I don't technically know exactly how it is where I live now, but where I used to live, you generally don't just show up at someone's door and like ring their doorbell and say hello, because, you know, no one likes that anymore or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm not used to people ringing my doorbell anymore. I think people in general are not used to their doorbell being rung anymore. But, I mean, I've met my neighbors. I've met all the closest neighbors I have here, and everyone is nice people, but we're not really friends, you know? We say hello or wave at each other when we pass each other by. which is fine. But I mean, I moved here. I didn't know anyone here, and I would like to like have people to hang out with here. And yes, maybe I'm a little late, but I lived here for more than a year now, so you'd think I'd like make an effort. And I have in some areas, and other areas not so much, simply because I don't really know how. So I kind of like manned up. Wait, are you allowed to say that anymore in these weird times? Are you allowed to say that you manned up? I don't know. Anyway, this puzzle, all this blue, oh my god. I thought the dolphins were hard, but this, yeah, this is gonna take me a while. Hold on. I just need to get something that I put right here so I can sort out at least some things, I think. Like the lightest or something? Where do I even start with this? I'm struggling. Anyway, I have met all my neighbors, and as far as I can tell, they're all nice people, kind and helpful, and they've all said that if there's something that, like, I need help with, I should just come and ask them. And I have asked them on some occasions, and they have come and helped, and that was like a specific thing. And then they left, you know, after being done helping me. But I want to, and I've come to realize that's kind of also why I have this channel, because I just want to talk to people and get to know people and, you know, not be alone all the time. Don't get me wrong, I love my alone time. I don't think I would be happy, or I would make someone else miserable if I tried to live with someone. Oh my god, that would be... If everyone would be coming out of that alive, I don't know. Hopefully. Because if not, something had been going horribly wrong. We don't want that. But, point is, I did something that I was like, honestly a little nervous about, which is maybe ridiculous. I don't know. It went in! Yay! But, I mean, as I said, I've met these people before. They're nice people. So, don't ask me why I was worried. I can't really tell you, because it makes no sense. I know they're kind people, and they're helpful, and all that. But, I was still nervous, and I was like, how do you do this? Because, as I said, where I used to live, you do not go knocking on someone's door unless you're either specifically invited or you have told them that you are coming. You just don't do that. So, I was like, but how do you do this? I'm not used to this anymore. And that is generally not how society today works anymore, basically, which is honestly ridiculous. But, you know, I don't make the rules. It is how it is. So, I kind of manned up, as I said, and thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. But since I was very nervous, I figured I'd have to make a strategy to make myself a little bit less nervous. And it worked. It worked so well. It worked a lot better than I thought it would. Because I knocked on the door to one of my neighbors and basically said, hi. And then I told my neighbor, said, does she want to come out and play? Because that's what you do as a kid. You ask if the neighbor has any kids and if they want to come out and play. And if the neighbors have kids and the kids are home, they usually say yes to want to come out and play. So I figured, why not just refer back to myself as a kid? Because I knew, okay? I knew. So that's what I did. I knocked on their door and said, hi, is she home? Does she want to come out and play? And luckily for me, as I said, good people, kind people, she was home and she said, yeah, sure. Give me a second. I'll just put my son to bed first. And also, you did want to see the garden, didn't you? And I was just like, yes. I'm not saying that we're friends yet, but I mean, I feel like there's a good potential there now. So apparently, how to make new friends, or at least try to start to make new friends when you're an adult, is basically just, hopefully you've met the people before, know that they're decent people, but you can actually just go and knock on their door and ask if they want to come out and play. And they say yes, and they show you their garden. And then I went in with her. Her husband at the time, not at the time, her husband wasn't home at the time when I showed up there. He came home a little later. And then we just sat and talked. And talked. And talked for like, I think 2.5 hours. And I was thinking I would just go for a short visit, and I don't want to be a bother, and I don't want to take up a lot of their time because I know they're busy people, but I just wanted to talk to someone basically. And it worked out way better than expected because, as I said, I stayed there for like 2.5 hours talking, and by then it was like, oh dear, I really should go home and go to bed, but this was nice. It was so nice. And I was just like, oh my god, I want to try to do this again. And it's something about when you do that, and when you're a bit nervous about stuff like that, because I can get nervous about just about anything, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. When you get nervous about stuff like that, and then it works out so well that no one checks the time and everyone is enjoying themselves, or at least to me it seemed like we were all enjoying ourselves, that you literally forget about time and realize, oops, I should probably go home and go to bed, because you were so busy talking that you didn't realize time was passing that much. And it was like, these are my kind of people. I like these people. I mean, I kind of already knew I liked them, but it's nice to confirm my own likings. Is that even a word? But yeah, it was so nice. It was so nice. And it made me very happy that I actually could knock on my neighbor's door and be welcomed. Because where I used to live, that wouldn't necessarily have been the norm, It wouldn't, you wouldn't kind of automatically have been invited in and just sit and chat for hours. That was not the norm where I used to live. You'd kind of have to make an appointment, so to speak. But here, I mean, maybe a part of me knew, even though I had no idea, and didn't know any people here or the place or anything. Or maybe it's just because it's a bit rural. I don't know. The point is, for me, at least, that here, if I said hello and chatted briefly with people before, I can actually go knock on their door and be welcomed. So that's just like, it's so nice to know that I can actually do that in today's world, in today's society. I mean, as I said, I don't know how it is where you live, but yeah, I I'm very pleased to announce that I don't necessarily have new friends, but I have people I can go and knock on their door and have a long chat with. Because I do believe I could do that again there without being tossed out, you know? So that's very nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm very, very grateful to have such neighbors. Just saying. It's just, yeah. So, I guess this is kind of my encouragement to you, I guess, but also as a reminder to myself that it's okay to go and knock on your neighbor's door and say, hi, what's up? You want to come out and play? And it not being, okay, I might have made it a little weird, I will admit, but that's just because I am a little weird. That's just, it's part of my package. It's part of the package of being me. And that's okay. Kind of has to be, because it is. But yeah, it's, it was so nice. It was so nice. And the lighting here is not great. I actually think it's almost better on camera. Because I think this is like the same color. When I put it next to each other, it's like, nah girl, it's not. It's so not the same color. It's so different from each other. But yeah, it's, I just, yeah. And also, if you're wondering, since my last video, I was like, oh, I fell off a ladder. That shit hurts. Be careful if you're on ladders. Preferably, get someone to hold it for you, because if not, you might fall down. Because it might start sliding and not stay where you initially intended for it to stay. It's just very unfortunate and very painful when you hit the ground, you know? So that was another thing I wanted to do. I wanted to tell you I'm still alive. The pain from falling down the ladder is gone. I still have some bruises. My left hip is still a freaking rainbow, unfortunately. But, and sure, I said the pain is gone, but if I touch my left hip, there might be a bad word coming out, because that is not comfortable. But I'm alive. Nothing broke. I have gone on the ladder since then because I didn't want to like risk being terrified of it. It was quite nerve-wracking because it was same tree, same ladder. Not exactly the same place, but almost. And I didn't get to take down the branch I initially intended to take down when I fell down the ladder, but because that would not be safe. I saw that now, so I avoided that. But I've been up the ladder, I've taken out several branches, it's all good, I can be on top of the ladder. And it wasn't that bad, actually. I thought I would be more scared, but I was good there too. So, several wins, not falling off the ladder, mostly healing, and knocking on my neighbor's doors and asking if they wanted to come out and play, and it worked, and we chatted for hours. It was great. I loved it. I'm so doing it again soon. But, you know, there are other things that I need to do too. So, the lighting is, yeah, it's been great and cloudy and rainy all day today. So I intended to film earlier, but then it was so dark that when I was sitting in my other living room, I had to have the ceiling lights on because it was so dark. It's a little bit lighter now, but you know, it's still cloudy. It's not raining at the moment, but it will start up again. But I can't do more of the puzzle in this lighting because I can't properly see it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna try to film a shorts and show you the puzzle with a lot of the dolphins. It may or may not work. You'll see. Anyway, thank you. thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And maybe not go knock on strangers' doors, because that might be a bit more debatable. But go say hi to some people. Maybe not say hi for me, because they have no idea who I am. But go hang out with people in real life, not just on YouTube, like I have a tendency to occasionally do. So, I'm working on it, alright? I'm working on it. It'll be fine. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!